Alright, in this video I will talk about arc length. In my previous video I talked about sector area, which is finding a part of the area, a small slice of the circle. Given the full area, what's that area of the small slice? So arc length is similar, but instead of area, now we're talking about part of the circumference. For example, here's my full circle. What I want to find is just this part right here. So it's like if you were to slice that pie, it's how long is the crust of that slice. So first, let me talk about the difference between arc measure and arc length. Arc measure is the measurement of the circle in degrees. For example, going around here, I have a 150 degree angle, so this arc is 150 degrees. This arc out here is also 150 degrees. They have the same arc measure. Arc length is the actual distance. If you were to run around this circle, which of these two circles would take you longer to run around? Which of these two is longer? So obviously the bigger circle is longer than the smaller circle. So arc length is your actual distance. How long is that arc? So arc length and arc measure, don't confuse the two. Alright, just like with sector area, we can set up a proportion to solve for arc length. My proportion is part of the circle over the full circumference equals part of the angle over the full angle. L over here stands for arc length, C is my circumference, and M is my angle. So part over whole equals part over whole. So let's work on arc length using this example. I want to find the arc length for this arc right here. How long is this part? So look at my equation, I need to figure out the circumference. So let's do that first. Circumference equals diameter times pi. My radius is 9. So to find diameter,
Staff and scholars, thank you for another successful tutorial session number 1. If you're staying...
Alright. Apologize, 9 is not my diameter. 18 times pi. So my circumference is 18 pi. 9 is my radius. Radius is half your diameter. So from the center out here is 9. That means from your full line, double that, 18. So we have a circumference of 18. We're trying to find that green portion. We don't know what my arc length is. I'll call that x over circumference, 18 pi. Equals my degree measurement, 150 degrees, over 360. So part of the arc over the full circumference equals part of the angle, 150, over the full circle, 360 degrees. So at this point, to solve this, we can cross multiply and solve. Cross multiplying, I have x multiplied with the 360 to get 360x equals 150 multiplies with 18 pi. When you multiply that out, 150 times 18, do not type pi in just yet. So 2700 pi. Pi is something we write down. And then last step, we divide by 360. So 2700 divided by 360. To get x equals 7.5 pi. So this is what we call answer in terms of pi. If we ask for a decimal answer, then you type that in. 7.5 pi would be second caret. So 7.5 pi we have x equals 23.56, and this is our answer, our approximate answer, or a decimal answer. So approximate answer. Alright, and there's how you solve for arc length. It tells you that from here to here is 23.56 units long, whereas the full circle is 56.55. Full circle 56.55. Just this part right here, it's 23.56 arc length. Alright, with that said, I have two examples over here. Let's go practice them. Find the green arc length. So I want to find this green arc length. As with anything else, we start with circumference. Circumference equals 5 times 2, that's 10 pi. So now we can set up our proportion. X over 10 pi equals my angle, 60 over 360. Go ahead and cross multiply. We can do x times 360 to get 360x equals 60 times 10 pi to get 600 pi. And our last step, we divide by 360 to get us x equals 600 divided by 360, 1.67 pi. As a fraction, math, enter, that's the same as 5/3 pi. As a decimal, I can do this and stick pi in. .24 rounding. So answer in terms of pi can look like this or this. 1.67 as a fraction, which is 5/3. And then your approximate answer right here. Approximate answer 5.24. Alright, one last example. Again, find the green arc length. So this time notice 60 degrees goes for this angle in blue, which we don't need for this problem. What I want is the other part in green. So to find that, remember that full circle is 360. I only want the green part, meaning I want to take away the blue part, so we can do 360 minus 60 to get 300. So what this means is your angle over here is 300 degrees. Last bit, my circumference, radius of 5 times 2, 10 pi. Now we can set up our proportion again. X over 10 pi equals this time 300 over 360. So remember, my angle is for this part, the 300, not the 60. We have 360x equals 3000 pi, cross multiply, and then we do 3000 divided by 360 to get 8.33. .33 in terms of pi. 8.33 as a decimal is 25/3. Again, in terms of pi, or as your approximate answer, 26.18. As your approximate answer. Alright. So there you have arc length. The general idea here is when you set up your proportion, part of the circumference over full circumference equals part of your angle over full circle angle 360. And then once you set it up, it's cross multiply and solve for x.